Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to Inspire Africa with me, Jerry Fisayo Bambi. Coming up on this episode, we bring you the story of the 24-year-old Congolese female football referee who's just been recruited by FIFA. A group of Kenyan students have come up with an innovation that they say can help to fight global hunger. Plus, later on the show, we get to meet with the Nigerian-Ugandan couple, creators of Kunda Kids, an award-winning children's book series that tells the story of ancient African history. This is Inspire Africa. Women's football is growing around the world, and that includes female referees. One young Congolese woman is the latest to join FIFA's growing list of international referees. Here is her inspiring story.
Her name is Nzingiri Zihindula Rachel. She's only 24 years old, but she has convinced the International Federation of Association Football FIFA. Rachel is a referee who plays in the city of Goma in the east of the DRC. She was recruited in early January 2023 by the Federation as an international referee. To be in shape, she trains with other referees 3 times a week. A job not easy for women who sometimes face aggression on the field in the region. There are a lot of aggressions during the hour of play, outside as well as inside. There are insults, negligence. If you don't have a big heart, it's really difficult to get out of it. The other happy man of the day is Bambo Philo, a senior instructor in charge of physical training at the North Kivu Soccer League. He has coached Rachel from the beginning until now. FIFA has made a good choice by putting Rachel forward. I knew very well that by preparing Rachel, she was one of the reliable persons in the female refereeing at the level of Congolese soccer. Many of Rachel's colleagues now admire her. They see her as an inspiration. By appointing the right person in our province, this girl has convinced me in refereeing. I'd like to become like her one day because she does a perfect job. A graduate from higher institution, Rachel was surprised by the news that appeared on Wednesday, January 4, when FIFA updated the list of its referees, including those of the DRC. She's amongst the 7 Congolese women referees selected by FIFA from the DRC.
From Congo, we now move on to Kenya, where a group of students have developed edible starch from grass to make porridge and ugali, which is a staple meal in the East African country.
From Kabarak University in Kenya's Nakuru County, this group of students have come up with an ingenious way of fighting the global hunger crisis. They have developed edible starch from grass, which can be used to make porridge and ugali, a staple meal in Kenya. The innovation is the brainchild of 24-year-old master's student who was motivated after seeing some starving children.
Our solution entails converting grass into edible starch. We can use all the grass species as long as it is non-poisonous, but we decided to settle or specialize in Bermuda and ryegrass. This is because it is drought resistant, flood resistant, and it only takes 2 months till harvest.
The students who don't own land contract farmers to plant the grass. Once harvested, it is washed and then dried to come up with grass powder, which is basically cellulose. Enzymes are added before it's placed in a reactor, then centrifuged, and later de-ovened.
We have already tested our product in the university laboratory, and we have confirmed that it is fit for human consumption. The cost of production of 1 kilogram of our flour is $0.19, and it is going to retail for $0.3.
According to this food security expert, this kind of research and innovation is important, especially since approximately 811 million people globally suffer from hunger.
If you look at global trends, you'll see that meat is also being produced in labs. And that's why, for me, I think it's very important that such research and innovation is encouraged, because potentially this could help end global hunger.
The students are now awaiting clearance from the relevant authorities before they can venture into mass production.
Now, there's been a growing call for diversity and representation in media and literature. For a long time, experts have noted that many books that children in developing nations read lacked representation or their own characters. One couple that faced the same issue while raising their own children decided to address this. Dele and Louisa Olafuyi, founders of Kunda Kids, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for us to be here.
Let me start with you, Louisa. First, as a mother, I'd like to hear the story of your own kids and what made you think that there was a problem with some of the books that they were reading.
Great question. Thank you. So I certainly realized that there was a problem within the diversity of children's literature and content when I became a mum. We have a son. He's going to be 4 very soon. And shortly after he was born, we tried to find children's content that celebrated who he was, not only as a young Black boy living in the UK, but as a mixed heritage African young Black boy living in the UK. I'm from Uganda, Dele is from Nigeria, and we wanted him to love where he was at, but also be able to love, embrace, and know where he was from. There wasn't a lot of children's books addressing that, and that's when we decided to do something about it.
So you both started Kunda Kids. Tell us about that, Dele.
We launched Kunda Kids December of 2020. We knew we wanted to really transform the landscape when it comes to children's stories. Unfortunately, today, children all over the world aren't taught anything about Africa. We do readings with schools, libraries, and one of the questions that I like asking is, who has ever been to Africa? You hardly find hands up. Maybe you might find a boy from Senegal who can name 10 countries in Africa. And you hardly find children that can tell you 10 countries in Africa. It is a problem, and that's what we're doing at Kunda Kids. We believe not only children of African descent should learn about Africa, but all children should learn about Africa, and this should be embedded in school curriculum all over the world.
Now, there are people who may believe that there is perhaps more than enough representation and diversity as of today. What do you make of this?
The good news is that we are seeing more stories with Black lead characters within the children's publishing and content creation space. That is something that is good, and we can only hope that that continues to grow in an upward trajectory. However, what we are not seeing is these Black children who are represented in these books really be represented and given nuanced narratives based on their heritage. It's not good enough just having a character and making them brown, but what do we know about where they're from? There's so much beautiful diversity attached to being African, even if you are in Africa, in the diaspora, mixed heritage, wherever you are.
We have a book that is Queen Yaa Saves the Golden Stool. Any child that reads Queen Yaa Saves the Golden Stool is going to learn about Ghana, is going to learn about the Ashanti Kingdom. And the book comes with a teacher's guide. And we believe with this, we will build a better generation of children that grow up more informed and are accepting other cultures and people of other races.
I'll tell you what, I find it fascinating that you both are united in this, and that's quite lovely. That's quite lovely to see. So, how much of an impact do you think you are currently making, and do you want to make?
So, parents and children come to us and they tell us that they feel that they have been heard. And a young child will come and tell us, "Oh, you're from Uganda. Oh, I've never heard anybody tell a story about Ugandan history." So it's been an absolute privilege. We know that what we're doing today will live longer than Dele and myself might be around to see, but we are happy to be sowing a seed which is allowing people to reimagine Africa and not just for Africans, for all children.
Louisa and Dele, thank you very much for sharing insight about your work with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And that's how much we can bring you on this episode of Inspire Africa. You can see it again by going to Africanews.com. I am Jerry Fisaya Bambi, and I'm leaving you with one of the pictures that caught our attention. It is from the just concluded All African Music Awards held in Dakar, Senegal's capital. I'll see you some other time. Bye-bye.